Okay, let me in fact quickly ask Akash Jindal, economist as well, there on where things are headed. Akash Jindal, do you believe, despite of course this conversation with the EU head, where she has urged rationality and she has urged, sort of a pragmatic approach, this trade war with the China and US is unlikely to, to slow down, to cool down? Do you see further escalation in the next few days, Akash Jindal?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody, especially Dr. Madhavan Alapat. Now, I expect the trade war to escalate because I'll take you back to the earlier term of Donald Trump. Then also, there was a specific US-China trade war which slowed down the global economy. The only thing is why we forgot it because immediately after that, Corona started. But US-China trade war happened and it did slow down the global economy that time also. Right now also it's primarily US-China trade war and China, the way they seem unlikely to show flexibility and unlikely to bend towards things. And the way Donald Trump is going all out, I don't think there's going to be a solution as far as US or China is concerned. Of course, initially Donald Trump, he had tariffs against China, Mexico, Canada, now reciprocal tariffs, now again threatening tariffs against China. But I don't think the war to cool down, global trade war of US-China to cool down. And I think it would have a decent negative effect over the global economy. EU may try, but is China going to listen to EU? Is China going to be flexible? And don't we know China, how they have been dealing with US companies, how they have been dealing with their own big businessmen, how China has been stopping many reforms which they don't want, which are globally accepted reforms that China has never had them. So I don't think China is going to either bend or going to be flexible, though logically it may suit them since their entire economy is based on export. Also, since China is experiencing deflation, China has been having bank debt issues, real estate issues, many issues. I mean, corporations falling, but I don't think China is going to either bend or going to show flexibility. So as of now, I think things are going to escalate. Because see, if everybody starts being flexible and everybody starts conversing with US, then perhaps we can come to the conclusion that whatever Donald Trump was planning, he is able to do that. Because if we impose tariffs on everybody, then everybody comes to him, asks him to negotiate, and a part of it is negotiated, then ultimately Donald Trump would be a winner. I don't think China would let him, or the circumstances would let him prove a winner as simple as that. No, I don't think that's going to happen. So as of now, yes, other countries may be flexible. India, of course, I totally endorse Dr. Madhavan Alapat that we have been very flexible and we have been a solution-oriented country. Under the leadership of our Prime Minister, we know how to tackle situation. During Russia-Ukraine war also, we were the ones who tackled the situation so very well. We were dealing with Russia also. We were having friendly relations with US, NATO. We purchased crude oil from Russia at discounted price. That also in rupees. Not only that, one thing more is that we purchased crude from Russia, refined it, and the refined products were exported to Europe. So Russia, rather than sending things to Europe directly, it was routed through India and value addition was there. We did make money. So I think India, under the Prime Ministership of Modi Saab, we know how to tackle situation. We know how to skillfully tackle situation. We are not in the policies of confronting things. And now also the Indo-US dialogue, the business treaty, I think it's going to come up with some solutions. And the tariffs may be reduced because, again, we all know that US wants India also as an ally to counter China. And again, when reciprocal tariffs were imposed, yes, of course, 26% was imposed, but still, Donald Trump said and referred that Narendra Modi is a great friend. And if he has uttered the words, that was because of some reason or logic, because he had also perceived certain things which are going to happen. So I think India would be flexible, and Indian flexibility would definitely pave way for many things. Plus, what's going to be very, very important is now, since China, bad days are there for China because already they're suffering from deflation, global investment, global money, definitely, the portfolio money definitely would be headed more towards India. And it's apparent in the markets today also. Yesterday also, the markets, when they tanked down by 3,900 points Sensex, ultimately they closed at only 2,200 points. Today
Yes.
also, they have closed around good 1,100 points as far as Sensex is concerned. So global money, which was diverted away to China, that's a very important thing, foreign portfolio money, would now surely come to India.
Okay, let me get an
Because
Ambassador
global